Ayo, what is up everyone? It is the Alpha J of the Alpha J Show, and today we're going to be talking about the amazing world of Gumball. I could have talked about any episode, but I decided to talk about one of the best, if not the best, deconstruction scene from Gumball. Do you remember that scene from Chowder where they lost funding and literally went from animation to live action and had to raise funds in order to get their funding back? This scene in this episode rivals that. But first I want to thank the folks over at the Gumball Amino for making this all possible. It's a great app designed to talk about all things Gumball related. The app is so fun to be on and you can get lost in it. Members can also write blogs, take quizzes, connect with a community of like-minded people. There's tons of things to do. I've been backing them up before they even contacted me. It's all in the links down below, so check it out, and let's start off this second sponsored review.
Look at me. What do you see? I'm still a child. Nothing in my life has been decided yet. I am free. I haven't sold out to a job I hate. I don't have to be a part of this dirty rat race that ruins the world, chasing money I don't need to buy stuff I don't want. I'm free to make my own choices. So yes, Larry, I will have fries with that.
I kind of feel like this parallels me in a sense. I've always wanted to do my own thing on this channel, and many channels, even animation reviewers, have thrived by doing this. However, at the same time, the topical, new, trendy stuff is there, and some people want to do stuff like that, because people are searching for this, and people can supply it. And I've been in this gray area because I do want to talk about topical content faster, but at the same time, on my own terms. I don't want to become ensnared in whatever's happening now. I want to be able to talk about the latest episode of the latest series one day, and the next day talk about a 90s show, and then the next day talk about a few shows in the late 2000s. And I think I achieved an audience that accepts that. But at the same time, I cannot deny that there is a section of my audience that probably loves the now, in-your-face videos about what's happening now. And it's that back and forth battle that made me want to review this specific episode here. Nicole both tears down Gumball when he gives this speech here, but also tears down Anais for tearing down Gumball. Classic Nicole. She tries to pay for the meal, but the card has been declined for insufficient funds. Richard, having transferred the money into an offshore bank account via not doing it necessarily properly, but throwing the money into an ocean after transferring it to gold, has made the family broke. This entire sequence is why I love Gumball. It's so quick, it never feels like they're trying too hard to make you laugh. I love it. Even the small things, like Larry offering them a commercial deal, and Nicole replying to Larry while still on the floor drinking the tears that they were reduced to having because they can no longer afford the water bill, really make the joke work, and separates this show here from the other comedy shows around it. Some people may not even notice the small things the show really does to add up to the aesthetic and uniqueness of the show. And when some other shows deem these smaller details unimportant, it really does blow up in their face how bland and unsuccessful they tend to be. Gumball rejects being stereotyped into an Elmore family that anyone can relate to based off of market studies, and the family surprisingly agrees with him, which is odd, but a good type of odd, especially since they were calling him out earlier.
What? There's nothing in there.
Exactly. Where's all the food?
Gumball, you're the one who wanted us to keep our dignity and not sell out. This is what happens when you can't buy things. You don't have things.
Then why'd you all listen to me?
Nicole explains the consequences of Gumball's actions, and both are upset but understanding and supporting of the decision that Gumball made that even he didn't fully understand. Although it is weird that they don't have any food in the fridge, I guess maybe that explains why they went out. So after some more jokes that are in the classic Gumball style, as well as the power going out at comedic timing, they decide to use the light of passing cars to go about their day. Let's take another popular comedic show, everyone's favorite show, and Nickelodeon's favorite show. In both of these shows, I bet that pain while in the dark would be a heavy factor of their comedy. Although Gumball is a pain magnet in this series, the writers know how to work beyond that, whereas Squidward or Beast Boy would have gotten hurt in some way or form for cheap laughs. Maybe they'll do some type of bait and switch where it looks like they're looking at something frightening and it ends up to be harmless. Added bonus, if there was something frightening thing that ends up attacking them that was originally depicted to look harmless in some type of rule of three manner. It's so predictable and paint by numbers sometimes from these shows. Not all the time, but when you see the comedy in Gumball, it feels like so much effort is put into making the joke shine.
Just our stuff getting repossessed.
By these low-life, bottom-feeding, undereducated, unhygienic, slimy, no-neck, toxic, triple-chinned, oxygen-wasting, crude, gutless, foul-smelling, buck-toothed, corrupt, felonious, disgraceful, disease-ridden, bow-legged, yellow-bellied, backstabbing, ghoulish, vulgar, despicable, worm-headed, worthless stains!
I'm only doing my job! Why are you so mean?
Now, I've criticized the overly long gag in Gumball's The Ollie, where Darwin expresses criticism that Gumball's a skater, and Gumball does an over-the-top reaction. However, there, I feel as though the joke seemed very plain, and had no layers. I feel like here, because the guy looks intimidating, because she said so many things that could be true, because her face looks stretched out, because it goes on long enough, but then goes on even further, because of his reaction, and then her reaction, all of these come together for what is their trademark style of humor. Richard, being the lovable idiot that he is, crashes the car, and gets what was probably a car worth thousands for a mere $100 at the junkyard. We get some pretty depressing shots of the now empty Watterson home, along with the Imaginate song that I will link in the card. Feel free to pause it here if you want to hear it in its entirety. Not as great as Darwin singing in The Matchmaker, I don't even think anything in Gumball can even top that, but it's more comedic and better than its comedic show counterparts. They end up taking subtle jabs at product placements. I mean, what kind of loser places an advertisement in a video? I bet it's the type of loser that has a panda for an icon and confuses Zane as a ninja of water.
How about we do it in another country? Nobody will ever know.
I know Nicole already had such a passionate fandom for her specifically. With this, her fans probably went up about 6 to weeaboo%. Now after Gumball does and then the opposite happens joke correctly, insert a take that joke to the latest and hopefully last season of Fairly Odd Parents. We get this scene here. This is a beautiful deconstruction scene, and I want to deconstruct it here for you all. So Gumball begins to lose his color in a smooth manner, as well as everyone else. Darwin both loses his design and his clear voice. They also begin to lose their background assets, background music, even the animation look, as they go from storyboard to even doodles on a post-it note. The audio also sounds very glitchy and overall unprofessional. All of this feels like they put effort into appearing low effort, and thus it gets a pass. It doesn't feel cheap, rather something that probably took a lot of time, skill, cleverness, and creativity to make. I love how Nicole screams in terror when her hand is quote erased and quote redrawn. I love how Rocky kind of disappears into nothingness as the bus goes from fully done to not fully done in a rather jagged, in a good way, rushed and well done way. I also love how during the post-it note phase, their lines become less professionally recorded, most notably when Larry is talking. The lack of hit detection and the lip syncing, the absence of color and texture, as well as the in-betweens in the animation going away. All of those little things that I said earlier separate Gumball from the rest. This scene is meta without being in your face about it. This is how the story would go, and it impresses people by being what it is. A literal over-the-top deconstruction of the Watterson family without money, both in universe, with them losing the house at first, but also that added layer that without funding, they couldn't make the crisp, smooth, professional, and well-received animation that they do. Let's not forget when the family signs a contract and the transformation back into their normal selves occur. This is one of the many reasons why I love The Amazing World of Gumball. Gumball gives another speech, which is weird because he kind of lived the life of not selling out, although Nicole could simply get a job, but let's not think about that at all. Let's not think about Nicole's job. Let's not think of the source where all of the money came from. So Gumball sees the amount of money they're offering and...
Some days you want to take it easy and free with some country goodness for your family. Kick on back and smile for a while. Have a joyful burger. Do it in style.
Finally a place I can call home. Thank you, Joyful Burger.
And that was Gumball The money. The episode really does well with the concept of being meta, and obviously the highlight of this episode was the great deconstruction scene at the end, which again is one of the best deconstruction scenes I've seen in modern animation. The comedy flowed well throughout, and the song, while something I don't really care too much about, didn't stay too long, and isn't something I wouldn't mind listening to again. But what do you think about this episode? Do you think that this is a great deconstruction scene towards the end? Do you find the irony of me reviewing this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Before I go broke, make sure to follow me at The Alpha J Show on Twitter for the latest in my channel, as well as polls, memes, and lots of interactive stuff. Also check out my public Discord or any of my other social media outlets, all of this in the description below. Is there another Gumball episode that you think I should talk about? Maybe you found an old series that you would like to know if I would reboot it or not. Maybe someone in Gumball gels well with another character for a character clash. Or maybe you want to know about the latest episode of Blah. All suggestions, requests, go in the requests videos comment section, not this one. If you're scrolling down to this comment section to make a request, you're in the wrong place. The requests video is in the description below, as well as the card above. If you really like this video, I highly suggest my Gumball Pizza Baby scenes like this, or the Gumball playlist in general. Make sure to subscribe and feel free to consider my Patreon. As always, I hope your time is well spent, and Alpha out.